Anna Beal. When we come back out, Anna Beal, finishing touches on the Star Spangled Banner. It's also, again, first time OCB has played a fellow MLS-owned and operated club. Yeah, okay. Be fast.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Gerardo Forbes. That's in! Rochester has the lead. And again, it's St. Louis.
USL Soccer has taken off on Florida's Space Coast. Orlando City B returning to their Harbor City home tonight in Melbourne as OCB hosts FC Montreal. Good evening and welcome everybody alongside Eric Lieben. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Big matchup tonight. Right now we will pause for our national anthems, Canadian first.
And now, to honor America and the men and women defending our freedom, please remain standing as Anna Beal sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet waved o'er the land of the free and the home on the brave?
Fine rendition of the Star Spangled Banner by Anna Beal. We'll be right back after this. Set this game up. It's OCB and FC Montreal.
We know where it all began. It was the best start of any professional soccer club in the history of the United States. We have continued to smash records in our transition to MLS. Our destiny is to defy expectations.
We had ruled an era in this league. And now we are back for more.
Our mission is to turn young talents into soccer stars.
And there's no better way to do it than winning championships. The future of Orlando City can be summed up in 3 letters: OCB.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
It's about your club. It's about your city. It's about this season. It's about every match. And standing by your colors. Whatever they are, we've got you covered.
Back at the Titan Soccer Complex in Melbourne, OCB and FC Montreal. First meeting between these two owned and operated USL clubs. As we take a look at things, along with Eric Lieben, the former Orlando Lion, I'm Jeff Radcliffe. And Balou Jean-Yves Tabla, a player to watch here for FC Montreal, a young player with a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think everybody's excited to see Tabla. He's being looked at by some of the world's largest clubs, and we're excited to see how he does here tonight.
For OCB, the man with the plan is going to be Tyler Turner, who's really had at least a good weekend at right back last week.
Yeah, I think Lions fans will be familiar with Tyler Turner. A lot of weight upon his shoulders, and people expect a lot from him, and it's great to see him come through as the player of the week for the USL for Week 5.
2 goals against Pittsburgh. Here's our starting lineup. First, for FC Montreal, will be a 4-3-3. A brand new keeper in James Pantemis. It will be Janouk Charbonneau at right fullback, a player to watch who's played in every single game. Louis Balan-Goyette is the captain there in the midfield. Charles Joly, a striker target up top. For OCB, 6 MLS players in the lineup tonight. Connor Donovan making his anticipated return. Of course, tore his ACL back in September against the Philadelphia Union in his first MLS game. He is back and healthy. Good to see our coaches. You see them on the screen. Anthony Pulis on the left and Philippe Ulefroy, the former French professional. Seconds away from kickoff, and our officials will be Andrew Masache. He'll be assisted by Sammy Gillespie, Hassan Belmnahia, and Eddie Pozo. It'll be Orlando City on the right side of the field, attacking the north end, wearing the all-purple. It is Cox and Lorea in the center. And we are underway. Montreal, FC Montreal in the white. Of course, the team operated by the Impact of MLS. So first time that Orlando City B has taken on a fellow MLS-operated club. It's been all USL teams coming up.
Right, I think that adds a little extra excitement.
It'll be Donovan playing out of the back. Orlando City B 1-4-1 on the season, 4 points. FC Montreal 0-4, just 2 goals scored. Currently in 14th place in the Eastern Conference of USL. Lorea dropping back deep to pick it up. We'll play it to Mark Ridgers in the back. Ridgers making his 6th start for OCB. Played forward. This is Tony Rocha in the midfield for OCB. Harrison Heath, the man they call simply by one letter, H. And the Englishman tries to find Lorea, does end up going the other way for FC Montreal on the run to the left side. There's an overlap coming, OCB cleaning it up, a foul, and it will be whistled the other way for OCB. So Garcia and Donovan, the center back pairing, both MLS players, along with Turner. Mikey Ambrose, the left back, the only USL rostered player. Switch to the right side for OCB. Comes back. Neal looking for it on the near side. Instead, they try to play it through to Michael Cox. So the Canadian from Calgary going up against his countrymen tonight. FC Montreal, a team loaded with Canadian youth international talent.
Yeah, a lot of great young talent on the field here tonight in white.
James Pantemis, Canadian. He will kick it away for the first time. Maxime Crépeau had been the goalkeeper of record the last 3 games for Montreal, or at least 3 of the first 4. He was the backup last night against Colorado for Montreal's 2-2 tie in MLS action. Played back on that right side is Chouanier.
Tabla's first touch there wasn't so great, but he chased back and won the ball back for his team quickly.
17 years old, again targeted by Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, getting a lot of looks. Perhaps a sale imminent. Canadian U17 Player of the Year nationally. Cox, it's the ball back from Lorea. Nice step up made by Thomas Meyer-Giguère. Very French-Canadian team, as you would expect from Montreal. A lot of Quebec natives. If you're watching back home north of the border. Bonsoir et bienvenue to our broadcast here in sunny Florida. We were looking around pregame during the warm-ups, Eric, and Canadian folks very happy to be in Florida this time of year as they're just coming out of winter up there, the thaw.
Yeah, they were looking around, enjoying the sunshine and the beautiful grass fields here, and dreaming of owning a home here. You could just see it in their eyes.
Roach says, play forward to Neal, 4 years previous in Major League Soccer, last with Orlando City. Ball to the back post, Cox on frame, big save by Pantemis as he dove high to his right and looked like a champ there.
It's a nice early ball in. Gotta get the ball on the left flank here. Nice early ball into Cox, and just not quite enough on the header. The keeper was in position.
Our 5th minute. UCB coming off a 2-game road trip, and which they got their first win against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and played quite well in a 2-1 defeat at Harrisburg. Here's Cox again, marauding through the right side. And there'll be player down for Montreal. Appears to be James Giffard. And Giffard making his second appearance and in some obvious pain right now as he went to ground along with Michael Cox on that deep run, and Cox is going to be shown the card. So first booking goes to OCB. Yellow card will come officially in the 5th minute. You look back at the save as Giffard gets to his feet.
He gets that ball right in early, whips it in. Just not quite enough on the header.
Well, test the keeper early as Pantemis just 19 years old. Two of the younger teams in USL going against one another. There's Philippe Eulefroy, played for Troyes AAC, 84-91. Selected that club's team of the century, so a very popular figure back in France. And then let's go to Canada, start a coaching career. Impact assistant the last couple of years before the USL got going. Head coach at McGill University up in Canada. And that will be OCB in their defensive half. FC Montreal trying to keep possession. They'll be headed down by Connor Donovan. Comes the attack along the right side. Ball by Garcia, who stepped to the ball. Orlando will look to counter. They'll just play the direct ball forward, too far for Cox. Right now, what are we seeing with Cox being the one really lurching forward on the direct balls? And you see Brian Rochez, the Honduran DP for the MLS side, kind of playing a little more withdrawn or kind of staying back, trying to build it up.
Yeah, he's staying back a little bit, helping with the build-up, and they're looking to get Cox through.
Scored 7th minute, so glad you're with us here on this YouTube telecast of the USL. One of 4 games here on this May 1st. Only one in action at the moment. A couple of finals already in, another game later. Nice build up for FC Montreal in front. Tabla trying to mix it up. And this will be a foul. Will come the other way according to Masache, our referee. Settling them down. Slow your roll. Rocha dropping deep. Rocha in a more defensive posture this game, and we were listening to Anthony Pulis pregame as the MLS club used him in the preseason on the left wing. Very, very versatile. Tony Rocha can play basically any midfield position, and Coach Pulis likening him to a very young Lewis Neal back in his day, coming up in the Stoke City system. Very versatile. Those are the players you want to, the guys you can plug in anywhere, the versatility. You can always find a club to play for when you've got that going for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, strong players on the day, they can play in any position.
Garcia forward to Neal. Neal was on the MLS broadcast last night as Orlando came back to get a 2-2 draw at New England. So a late night for Mr. Neal on the set. Hopefully not too late a night tonight on the field. The ball back to where it came from. It's in the net. OCB has struck first.
Great goal there. They got the ball out wide.
Michael Cox, his second goal of the season.
Now they get the ball out wide here. They knock it in. Neal smartly heads it back into the middle. Let his forward score the goal. Rather than try to score that himself, he heads the ball smartly back into the middle where he's got a player open.
Nice build up by OCB. It leads to officially announced by Dave Ziemba, our PA announcer. And that should be the first time Orlando City B will have a lead on their home field. And Lou got the assist. So not tired. Immediately, you got to always watch, though. On the other end, you tend to concede goals after you score. Happens way too often. There's a ball to the back post. It runs along the beautiful natural grass surface here at Eastern Florida State College. He'll go out for a goal kick.
It's nice to see Cox get the early goal. He's been working his socks off the first 10 minutes here.
Credit the goal in minute 10. Lions playing with the lead here. FC Montreal now forced to chase in the early going. Very active Lewis Neal here, shielding a little bit. And we've got a foul behind the play. Richie Larea having a seat just outside the circle.
The referee smartly let play continue there to see if Orlando City could take the advantage of it, but they really couldn't, so he blew the whistle and brought it back.
And the player checking out his right side is Marco Dominguez, making his 4th start, a central midfielder for FC Montreal. And we've got Harrison Heath from H squared. Gonna make a name for himself. You got the name Heath and you're wearing purple, are in the system. Harrison has it now, play it through. Harrison played a number of MLS games last year. Garcia. Run into Neal. Played back. H is Charles Jolie. Sends it out to the left side. Defense is there. Falls along the right inside the box. FC Montreal looking to cross to the back post. Not out of the woods yet. Some scrambled defending by OCB here as of late. Cox comes back. And tell you what, FC Montreal has some pace getting forward.
Yeah, they got a lot of young, crafty players there. That could have been a good goal-scoring opportunity. They just didn't quite make the most of it.
Another player down, and that will be Aaron Mkungilwa. Montreal native, born in Zaire. Here's a look back at what we are about to see here. It will be a free kick along that far side. James Jafrar, a left back, comes back to Mayor Jaguar. Forced back. Charbonneau here on the near side awaiting a switch. Will have the opportunity to at least run into the play. Defensively, Orlando City B keeping shape. Neal will hold, and Harrison Heath down, slow to get up, and he'll walk it off. There's of course mom and dad in the crowd tonight watching. Rocha. Harrison studies Connor Donovan.
Yeah, the line looks good in the back tonight for OCB. They're really tight. They're covering each other. Every second ball chance it's happened, they've had plenty of balance, and it looks good so far.
That'll be FC Montreal to try to play direct, handled just fine by OCB's back line. Again, 3 MLS players in that line.
It's nice to see Donovan back, and I'm watching him closely on his positioning to see how he's doing. He looks sharp so far. He hasn't missed a beat.
We were told by Coach Pulis he will play just 45 minutes. Again, coming back from a pretty nasty ACL injury. He went into a tackle with Philadelphia's CJ Sapong last year and kind of wrestled to the ground and got twisted up 10 minutes into the game, and now we've got some hot tempers on the far side.
Yeah, it was
referees
late.
Are all there.
Yeah, a little retaliation foul there, and late at that.
Donovan there. Regi having a word. Take a look and see if we catch what happened. Oh, definitely late, as Roach has the DP knocked down by Regi.
You tell by his body language, that's a statement foul, you know. Try to get his teammates fired up. We're down a goal.
Regi, just his second appearance this year. Picks up the yellow in the 15th minute. One 0 Orlando City B. Michael Cox had a chance about 3 minutes before he actually scored the goal on a nice build-up. Lewis Neal with the assist. And there's Lou's first assist of the year. Nicely held by Mr. Neal.
It's a nice build-up play. Another
Mikey
good ball by
Ambrose to the
Ambrose.
back post. Off his line was Pantemis. Will go to the touchline, picked up. And long ball sent forward. Garcia holding everybody off, says, I got it. The Harbor City Hooligans here in the soundtrack they're providing here early going. Now FC Montreal, positive possession, and as soon as I say that, it skips past Charbonneau. Look back at the build-up here.
Again, we had a nice patient build-up through midfield. Got the ball out wide to Ambrose again. Another early ball. This one just not quite when he wanted on the cross.
Neal will try to build out of the back, peeling off Cox. Nice job with the ball at his feet. Along the left side he goes. Everybody chase him, taken down from behind. There will be an easy call for Andrew Masache. Good work with the ball along the left for the striker. Harrison Heath to Lorea. Trying to slip guys in. Rocha. Donovan goes into the challenge, tries to take it away. Ball will continue. Garcia, player down. This will yield a free kick just outside the box, or so it appears.
Yeah, that started with a loose ball by Donovan in the bag. They turned it over in that part of the field, and they went breaking, and that's close. That's just outside the box.
Jolie still down inside the area. Ridger's having a word. He's going to leave it in a pretty dangerous spot. And Roches has been sent off. As we take a look, we'll see if that's a harsh. This is the, I believe, fourth red card on OCB here at home this season. So down a center back now, as into the book, straight red. It was late.
He's the last man.
The last man foul, you say? Devron Garcia. And we have seen OCB play very well a man down. This is certainly going to ease things up, I guess, for FC Montreal. Right now, you got to survive this free kick. God, it seems every home game we have, there's a player sent off. Ball will go low into the wall.
A little sneaky between the legs trick there.
So, got USL justice tonight. Garcia, the last man, late on the challenge, and he's out of the game. Lions reduced to 10 men the rest of the way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Coach Poulos
players are
changes
up.
The shape here, or if he does at all.
Do see Kyle Callan McFadden warming up. into the game through USL social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. It's here in the lead here, but now down a man, and the attack will continue. Larea leaves it left for Ambrose. Numbers coming forward. It's into the box. Handled by Montreal. Montreal trying to get out of their own end. Getting by Rocha is Tabla. Speedy winger wearing number 54. Now played through. Dropping back is Cox. Ambrose. Rocha will switch. And how good and how important is it to have some possession here as things get figured out?
Yeah, OCB is doing a good job tonight of holding the ball, especially in the middle of the field. That really seems to be where Montreal is having a problem. We're just able to knock it through the midfield. That's setting up our chances once we swing the ball wide to get those chances into the box, especially on this left side with Ambrose.
Certainly important. You're down a man. Keep the ball. And here's their substitution. First of the allotted 5 comes in the first half. So Rocha will have to come off. So you bring on a center back. So you'll have that 4 in the back tight. So Callan McFadden will pair up now with Connor Donovan.
A dangerous free kick there into the box. The young goalkeeper had to come both fists out and punch that ball clear.
Neal back to Harrison Heath. Somebody calling for Lou. Closed down the lanes, did a FCM. Into Larea, has a little space, it closes quickly. Now Cox will drop, left it goes again. Ambrose along the left side, serves up the cross to the far side. Cox got a head on it, falls into the box and cleared away. Back to Montreal. Playing with the man advantage, but down a goal on the scoreboard. And it was a Canadian that scored against them. On the left, Gilwa is at left back. Certainly a patient approach here for FC Montreal is Louis Belang-Goyet, the captain. Played in every game so far. Does have one MLS start to his credit. Will be pinged out of trouble by Ambrose.
There's a patient build up there by Montreal. Just didn't quite have the cross on it at the end.
Drilled forward, intercepted. Running forward, Tyler Turner, the reigning USL Player of the Week. The 2 goals against Pittsburgh. Taken back along the right side, Charbonneau. Chinook, top of the box, inside. And cleared out of there by McFadden. Callan McFadden, the Irishman, the 20-year-old. Pressed into duty here after Devron Garcia got sent off. Boy, nice run here of this young FC Montreal team. It's laid into the box, redirect to the back post. Didn't miss by much. Bridgers was stumbling and bumbling to get out there.
Yeah,
it looked like he had it covered.
The danger we see by Tabla. You saw how quick he was to get to that ball and get that chance. He was doing nothing. All of a sudden, boom, he's there. And had a good chance to score there.
Will lead to a corner kick. Took a deflection on its way out. Tabla will play it. Chouinier inside. Rigi, big save again. Ridgers had to stick him on the gloves. All right, our 26th minute, 1-0 Orlando. Playing a man down, we'll play direct to open things up perhaps. This will be sent back to the keeper, Pantemis. Jaffrard. Orlando with possession, middle of the park. Harrison Heath, calm on the ball. Back to Callan McFadden. Forced in Cox, nicely played by Charbonneau. FC Montreal will play it for Tabla. He's fast, but not that fast. Throw to Orlando City B.
Now there's the chance by Tabla. Just wide. There's a nice cutback here. Nice cutback. Gets a shot off. Ridgers is there.
Montreal trying to get a piece of this game here. Certainly playing with some confidence when you have that extra man. Nice move. Marco Dominguez, defensive midfielder. Be a throw coming up. Along the right, Charbonneau. Chouinier momentarily. Now Tabla will work it left to Mkungilwa. Cutting into that right foot. Charbonneau will send it across the 18. Larea playing defense, getting around the edge. Aaron Mkungilwa. And now there'll be a foul. Easy call for Andrew Musache. Lions will have it on possession.
Yeah, another play with that Alessandro Rigi from Montreal, cutting the ball back and forth and dribbling across the box and bringing players to him and looking to slip one through. So far, OCB's defense has kept its shape, but they're going to have to keep an eye on that tonight.
McFadden. Will be young Connor Donovan, who was picked up in the first round in the 2015 draft for Orlando City. Some dangerous play here, pushed in the back. Foul call is Richie Larea. Speaking of draft picks, he was taken this year. Larea 7th overall 2016 draft out of Akron. Help to the...
I think it was Marco Dominguez on the foul there. He and Rigi look to hook up. You look at those two, they look up for each other each time.
So you're saying there's something going on between those two. They've got that connection.
They do. And they're looking for it. So far, OCB is keeping their positions in shape and haven't let anything through, but they have to stay focused with playing a man down here.
There's Lewis Neal. Quickly to Ambrose. Cut back inside. Ball at his feet, pushing it to Cox. Hold things up. Getting out of trouble once again. He had a second goal of the season scored early. Switch it to Donovan. And you've played with injuries before, obviously, in your career. Be that Sweden, Germany, or even with the original Orlando Lions, Eric. When you're coming back from an injury, you want to test things out, I mean, right? There's certainly a feeling out process where you're not confident.
And for Connor Donovan coming back from a big one like the ACL, anterior cruciate, the toughest knee injury you can have, really, without doing the anterior and the medial at the same time. ACL is really the really tough one, and it really takes that full year of time until you have that confidence back. psychologically and on the physical side as well. The knee tires, recovery is longer. So OCB, this provides a great opportunity here for Connor Donovan to work himself back into form.
Get some games, get confidence back. We've played a half hour. It's OCB 1, Montreal 0. Montreal playing with a man up. And Tabla is slippery. A nice ball through. Got past the intended target all the way to Ridgers. He handled it. Very decisive off his line, the Scotsman.
And you can see the quickness as Tabla gets running with the ball.
Chouinier moving up in the formation for FC Montreal. There's a foul. It will be on Thomas Meyer-Jaguar, or make that James Gaffard. And Jafar will be the guilty party. Roches. Brian picked up his first goal in that 2-1 defeat at Harrisburg on the weekend. Scored 3 goals towards the end of the season for Orlando City last year in that run up, and that late run towards the playoffs. It fell just a couple of points short. It's a key player. Honduran going to get a lot of games here with OCB this season. Drilled by Harrison, and people see it go into touch. It'll be a throw to OCB. Drop back. Tyler Turner, his good buddy. The two played together on Orlando City's last USL team back in 2014. Ambrose. Callan McFadden, the man they call Macca. Araya back. You have to think as the game gets longer and more drawn out. FC Montreal, look, it's not hot tonight. Really perfect weather as far as a Floridian is concerned, but when you're not used to the humidity, will certainly factor in FC Montreal, I think, later on.
Yeah, and it certainly doesn't look like they have the extra man. It still seems like OCB is able to knock the ball around without a whole lot of pressure on them. I mean, it's early days so far, but it looks to me like the Montreal team have a lot of guys that like to play and like to attack, but I'm not sure a lot of them like to defend and defend as a unit.
Montreal will spray it left. Tough to handle. Is nice job by Tyler Turner to get on the challenge, and OCB throw. Lewis Neal dropping deep. Now with Rocha out of the game. Rocha had to come off for McFadden to shore up that back line when Rocha was Garcia was sent off. But to say Rocha sent off, that's happened twice this season already. Doesn't want to see that happen. He was taken off this time. Of course, the last time we saw that happen, it was rescinded, that red card. Didn't help OCB in that game.
Yeah, it doesn't
in which
help
they were
today.
defeated by Harrisburg here, playing a man down for better than a half. All lifted into the area, trying to find its intended target, Charles Jolie. Jolie has been very, very active in getting on the end of things. And not really the biggest target out there as compared to OCB's Michael Cox and Brian Roches. Throw FC Montreal. Jafra. The right side, Charbonneau sliding to keep it. Cannot keep it. It does go out for an Orlando City throw-in. Heath to Macca. Held up by Roches. During DP lays it back. Larea. Lions trying to possess, get into halftime. Think things over as far as second half strategy to stay in the ascendancy. Back to Ridgers. I'm sure if they can possess like this, even if it's in the back half, they'll do so.
Absolutely. This is exactly what OCB needs to do here. And I'm not seeing out of the Montreal team, I'm not seeing the leadership from their captain Goyette in terms of what they should be doing as a unit playing a man up here. It seems like they're just kind of going through the motions as if it's a normal 11-on-11 situation.
So a little bit of a high press there. Perhaps in the back of their mind, the conditioning being thought of and the humidity. Here's a run from FC Montreal. Takes a deflection and will fall along that right side. Out of trouble. Chouanier was making quite a run. FC Montreal will concede possession here on the free kick.
I just think that play shows their youth. Montreal player cuts back inside. He's got options to lay the ball off and tries a speculative shot right, into two Orlando OCB players.
Heath looking the way of Mikey Ambrose. Thought better of it. Take the short route quick. Neal to McFadden. To Heath. Donovan back and forth. We'll go direct to Cox over the top. He'll catch up. Numbers lurching forward for OCB along the right. Mikey Ambrose with the service. And it goes through the area.
Great diagonal ball from Heath there. Just not enough men on the box on that final cross.
Forced back the negative ball to Jafrar. Now it's Mayer Jaguar. Dominguez, who dropped all the way back. Middle of the park. Balan Goyette. A big battle is Cox holding the ball up. Going to touch. Player down for OCB. Larea for the second time. So it'll be a free kick on that far side. Emkin Gilwa. Well, Orlando City, the club's MLS side, returns to the Camping World Stadium for their next home game. That's coming up Friday, May 6th, and a rematch against Dax McCarty, Bradley Wright Phillips, and the New York Red Bulls. Single game tickets are available at OrlandoCitySC.com. Lions coming off of a result last night in New England. So Larea will have to come off here. So certainly of concern, the second sub being made. And
yeah, I'm sure they were hoping he could make it to the half, but looks like he had to come off early.
Second sub is Johnny Mendoza, the Altamont Springs native, product of Lyman High School in Longwood, and then matriculated over to Stetson. Was a all-conference performer there. Then picked up and played with the Orlando City U23s at the time and played his way into a USL contract. And then when Orlando City moved up to MLS, he took his talents to Rochester to continue his high-quality play. The speedster along that right side. So Larea is down. Cox will drop back. McFadden. And a giveaway, top of the box. The shot is off target, so opportunity came a knocking for FC Montreal, and nobody was home.
Here we see another giveaway in the defensive final third for OCB. Montreal's two of their three chances, have come from OCB giveaways directly within our own defensive final third. He's going to have to sort that out at halftime.
And playing a man down. Keep things tidy.
I mean, it's just been careless, just little passes and not under a lot of pressure either, so.
I think one thing you can maybe point to, Eric, is that you're constantly mixing and matching lineups here with OCB in their first season, with the MLS players coming in and out. Maybe a little bit of communication is there's a shove, and we'll bring it back to FC Montreal.
Well, I'd like to see Neil, one of these other veteran players, get in their ear a little bit and wake them up back there, because there's a little bit of sleeping going on.
Checking out the player for FC Montreal, have restarted. Reminder that Nike is a proud sponsor of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Now playing direct, headed by Richards as he came all the way out of the 18.
Yeah, Richards is doing his best Manuel Neuer there.
Zafrar. That left flank, FC Montreal. Circling back. Touch pushed in. Balan Goyet. Serve it the other side. Kungiwa. Trying to possess and break down this OCB back line. Tyler Turner is there first. Now OCB with a chance to counter if they get the numbers forward. One comes, does go into touch, throw OCB.
Now that was the first spell by Montreal where we really saw what they were capable in terms of a ball coming from the back, diagonally across, working through the midfield, and kind of trailed away at the end, but they need more of that if they're to be successful in this second half coming up.
Turner to throw. Back to Richards as you take a look at Anthony Pulis, 31 years old, out of Bristol, England, of Welsh descent. Nice job by Macca. Break that up. And in that challenge, player is down for FC Montreal. Tabla. So we don't want to see this. Philippe Ulafroy watching with concern. And in quite a bit of pain as Belou Jean-Yves Tabla. Born in the Ivory Coast. Big product out of the Impact Youth Academy, and now checking out holding the knee, which is never good. The good news is he's going to be helped to his feet. An exciting player. You hope to see him stay in the game. And he will walk it off.
So he looked to be in some real pain there. I hope he's okay.
Lois Neal comes to check him out. We're in our 45th minute. Of course, Lewis, 17 years his senior. up on into the 45. Placard will be shown here.
Bad giveaway by Montreal there, just inside the half.
3 minutes of added time here. Rochez will come forward. So now in stoppage time, first of 3. That one will go into the parking lot.
About 3 minutes.
FC Montreal looking to build from the back. Dominguez. Left side, Mkungila.
Well, Tapa seems to be running pretty well.
Not going to slow him down. Now another challenge. And another player down for FC Montreal. Saw the reaction from Johnny Mendoza with the shrug. What? Certainly slow things down.
Important for OCB not to switch off here in the last couple minutes of stoppage time. They played a good half so far, and they need to keep it tight.
90 seconds remain. Ball right into Ridgers, no problem, falls on it. Montreal team has not scored many goals, just 2 in their first 4 games. They'll have the man up. The rest of this contest, provided they don't do anything ill-advised. Dominguez getting out of trouble as he was harassed by Rochez. A long ball forward. Jolie jumps for it. Right side the run comes. Charbonneau getting around the edge, sliding down. It went over the line, so it'll be a goal kick with about 30 seconds to go in the half. Andrew Massache checked his watch. So Ridgers send this away. Not much time after that, I reckon. In the air. This run forward. Again, the check of the watch from our referee. Have to advance the ball here and then not in time. So Andrew Massache, our referee, signals halftime. OCB with a goal lead, but a man down on the field. Good first half of action here on YouTube. We'll be right back to talk about that first half.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of the proud, the true, the committed. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Lion Nation members get inside the club, indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. You can be the difference in Lion Nation. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. As a Lion Nation member, we value your loyalty. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation.
It's about your club. It's about your city. It's about this season. It's about every match. And standing by your colors. Whatever they are, we've got you covered.
We're back in Melbourne, Florida, as the sun sets behind us at the Titan Soccer Complex on the campus of Eastern Florida State College. It is Orlando City B1, FC Montreal 0. As we see Pedro Ribeiro of the MLS team on hand tonight. I'm Jeff Radcliffe alongside former Orlando Lion Eric Lieben. What did you make of that first half? Obviously, there's the goal to talk about, and the red card certainly changes the complexion of things.
Yeah, I think OCB will be happy with their performance. They kept it tight for the most part, aside from a little bit of sloppy play that gifted Montreal a couple of opportunities. And I think overall, Coach Poulos will be happy, but at the same time, they're going to have to be very careful here down a man.
Let's take a look at the highlights from that first half. Plenty to talk about in this one-goal game, believe it or not. It was Cox with the goal, but before that, a nice save by the goalkeeper for FC Montreal, Pantemis. And they could not save the next build-up. There's the ball in. It was Tyler Turner headed back to Lewis Neal, and then Cox with the second goal of the season.
Yeah, great cross there, and a really smart play by Neal to head that ball back into the middle of the box there. I mean, really smart play. A lot of people tend to go for goal there. He smartly put it back in for his striker, and Cox, who's been all over the field tonight and the most dangerous player, is the one to put it in the goal.
Big moment in the game. Last man back was Devron Garcia, sent off for that challenge, and that reduced OCB to 10 men for the fourth time this season.
That's unfortunate, you know, a giveaway there, and here's the chance by Tabla, just a little bit wide there, but you could see his speed in play. And here's little Alessandro Rigi just looking to cause problems and be a thorn in the side.
The uncharacteristic giveaway, and that could just be a communication error between the two central defenders. It did skate, luckily for OCB, off target, and it stays a 1-0 game.
Yeah, so it seems like the best chances for, Montreal had came from OCB mistakes in the back. As soon as they tighten that up, I think they'll be much better in the second half going forward, and they're going to have to down a man.
Well, as you see Pedro continuing to talk up the fans. He's been here for every OCB game, so it seems, as he's coming back from an injury for the MLS club. As we look ahead to the second half, we will remind you about Lion Nation, a program designed to let you get even closer to the club, watch exclusive interviews and behind-the-scenes content, vote on club decisions, get rewarded for your loyalty, and have access to discounts and other benefits. To learn more, visit lionnation.com. What could we see here? I think second half, perhaps you've already had 2 changes made. Do you make anything now? Are you liking the way the team is playing with, as far as their attitude, man down?
Yeah, I think that they're still dominating the play in the middle of the field. We're still holding on to the ball. It doesn't look like we're rushed. It looks like the Montreal team is almost like a younger club team, but he did say Donovan's only going to play one half, so there are going to be some changes in the back.
We'll be back right after this.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of the proud, the true, the committed. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Lion Nation members get inside the club, indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. You can be the difference in Lion Nation. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. As a Lion Nation member, we value your loyalty. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation.
It's about your club. It's about your city. It's about this season. It's about every match. And standing by your colors. Whatever they are, we've got you covered.
Back on the campus of Eastern Florida State College, Titan Soccer Complex at the half. OCB leading FC Montreal in this USL Eastern Conference affair. 1-0 the scoreline at the moment. So we take a look at the stats from that first half. Eric Lieben, what do you make of things as shots in favor of the visitors right now?
Yeah, well, they lead in shots up 5-2, but if you break that down, 3 of those chances came from OCB's giveaways in their own defensive final third of the field. They really only created a couple themselves. The thing that stands out to me really is the fouls committed. 10. They've had twice as many fouls committed as Orlando, and even with the red card, which just shows you they don't defend well as a unit. They look to just quickly hold up the play. They don't really get to dig their legs in and really do the defensive work. They kind of remind me of a really good youth team at the youth level, where your club coach, when you're at about the age that Tableau is now, would talk about a really talented team with a lot of really good players that don't really have that strong central backbone, and that if you play smart and keep your shape, you'll be able to beat this team. And that's a little bit of what Montreal reminds me of right now.
They are playing with a man advantage. They did not fill out the full team sheet. They've got 5 subs available in that second half. As far as what are you doing if you're Philippe Ulafroy here, because you need to manufacture a goal. You haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, FC Montreal really needs to gather in numbers and play the ball on the ground. They've had a little bit of success doing that. They need to. It looks like they're trying to play the ball forward to Tableau for him to run onto, and they really need someone who can hold the ball up with back to goal and let Tableau run off him. It doesn't seem like they have that player. They have a lot of speedy, crafty players zipping back and forth like Alessandro Rigi, but they really don't have that strong central presence to run off of.
Adrian Heath busy watching, and hopefully a winning second half for his USL side, playing here tonight with a lead but down a man. We come back after this. We'll talk about perhaps sub opportunities. 2 changes already made for Anthony Pulis. We'll come back with the second half right after this on YouTube.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of the proud, the true, the committed. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Lion Nation members get inside the club, indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. You can be the difference in Lion Nation. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. As a Lion Nation member, we value your loyalty. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation.
It's about your club. It's about your city. It's about this season. It's about every match. And standing by your colors. Whatever they are, we've got you covered.
We are back in Melbourne. Jeff Radcliffe, Eric Lieben as OCB FC Montreal getting set to start second half action. 1-0 the scoreline in favor of the home team. FC Montreal will be attacking right to left here and attacking a defense that's going to have to come up with something here to hold on to the result. Right now they've got 3 points in hand. Had to do this a couple of weeks back against Charleston to preserve a draw. Mark Ridgers was wonderful in that game. Got to repeat the performance here defensively. And what kind of posture do you take if you're OCB?
Yeah, I think it's really important that they keep their shape here, obviously. Playing a man down, in the first half they took the extra man out of midfield, and it still looked like we still had the extra man. We were able to knock the ball around. But now that Montreal's had a chance to talk to their coach and work out their tactics, they're going to come out here organized, and I expect them to try to put some pressure on early.
So you had talked about taking maybe an attacking player out. They did. Roches came out, and Andrew Ribeiro is in. So you got a defensive midfield in here. So now it's time to defend steadfastly and then maybe get him on a counter.
Yeah, I think Coach Poulos just wants to shore up the back, and that's a smart move with Ribeiro.
Ribeiro making his 6th appearance of the season. Does have a goal, remember, in the season opener here that included a backflip, which everybody will remember. So Ribeiro for Roches as FC Montreal going on the offensive immediately, and that service is way off target. So 3 of 5 allowed changes, none yet for Coach Ulefroy. Expect some. He does have, as we mentioned, a short bench, just 5 available field players plus the backup keeper. There's a number of guys that had been playing for him, some of the MLS fellows, like Jeremy Gagnon Lapare and Maxime Tissot and Maxime Crépeau, the goalkeeper, played a lot of games. Crépeau in particular. They were actually in the team sheet last night against Colorado. Michael Salazar, Kyle Fisher, also unavailable. 2 guys who have seen a lot of time at FC Montreal, the 2 big draft picks from 2016. So not playing with a full deck and trying to get a result here on the road, FC Montreal. Ribeiro getting stuck in.
Another time the referee smartly plays the advantage there and lets Montreal try to get something out of that play before calling it. He's doing a good job tonight, this center official.
Sache has doled out plenty of fouls, 15 of them in that first half combined. The straight red to Garcia will certainly be memorable. There's a shot. And it will go off of an Orlando City B player. That will lead to a corner kick for FC Montreal. So should be a long 45 minutes here for OCB and their fans.
Yeah, second corner kick of the game tonight for Montreal.
Taken short to Blah. The near side Top of the box, back to just outside. As Belangoyet retake the possession, serve the ball in towards the back post. A little flying foot from Mendoza to put it out. We'll do another corner kick.
Already Montreal looks a lot more organized in their attack. Now it's starting to show like it looks like they have the extra man in midfield. I know it's only a couple minutes in, but you can already tell by their shape and the way they're attacking.
David Schwinier, the 19-year-old Canadian, Impact U18 product. Again, they play the corner short to Tabla. Something they're seeing. Makes it good work. They're getting the service in. Nicely headed out of play, or out of trouble. And the second ball in, which is always a dangerous one to contend with, is over the top of Ridgers and the goal in behind for a goal kick. Mark Ridgers, 25-year-old Scotsman out of Inverness. Last 3 seasons with St. Mirren in Scotland. So played with Hearts, Ross County, Scotland U21 national teamer.
Quality keeper. Coach Poulos has a lot of confidence in him, and so do the players.
He's made 21 saves so far this season, a 1.60 goals allowed average. OCB trying to get some action in on Pantemis. The keeper making his first start tonight for FC Montreal. And it will be OCB ball. Neal directing traffic. We'll play the ball back. And Ribeiro now in there at center back. Do not see Connor Donovan. Number of changes here for OCB in this second half, as you see Keegan Smith in there as well.
Yeah, you can see the extra man in now that we have 4 again in midfield. We have the extra man in midfield, and we're playing with Cox alone up front.
Harrison Heath will come to Turner. Two are quite good friends, going back to their days 2014 on the USL club. Cox along the side, gets the edge, cannot keep the ball, comes to Mayer Jaguar, playing it forward with some space. Belangoyet, long ball, Tabla gives chase, will not catch it. What are you seeing shape-wise now for OCB?
Yeah, it looks like Cox is on his own up front.
Oh, 4-4-1.
Yeah. Just smart, stack the midfield, make sure we have the numbers in there, because you knew that Montreal was going to come out strong and look to test us, especially after what happened in the first half, when it really looked like they didn't have the strength in midfield. So I'm sure their coach gave them a talking to and got things the way he wanted.
James Jaffrar, at 22 years old, one of the oldest players on the team. Very, very young team. A lot of sub-20-year-olds on FC Montreal. OCB not really experienced either, somewhat wet behind the ears. Save for Lewis Neal, who 34. Certainly skews it the other direction.
You see a big difference in the captains. You know, Neal's a lot more vocal. You can see him leading the team out on the pitch, and you know,
Goyette just 20 years old.
Yeah, I keep looking for that out of Goyette, but you know, maybe he's just a little young.
Ball will be played back. There's Jaguar. Marco Dominguez, 20-year-old Quebec native, Canadian U17 20 national teamer. A solid game in the defensive midfield, eating up space. ball. OCB will try to get out of trouble. Into touch it goes. FC Montreal throw in. Distribution made by Dominguez. There, a challenge in the center of the park. Quite heavy. And Michael Cox will get up. So he and Dominguez.
It looks like he just beats.
Oh,
yeah, he just beats Dominguez to the ball there, and he slides in.
Free kick OCB, and a yellow card has been issued to Dominguez. Second yellow of the evening on the visitors from Montreal. Neal will study up. Send the long ball left side. CB on possession.
Ladies and gentlemen, the yellow card has been issued to FC Montreal, number 50, Marco Dominguez.
Keegan Smith will take a touch. Left it goes from Ambrose. All through off the foot of Harrison Heath. Ball served into the area, dangerous ball. Keegan Smith venturing forward now to Blah. Moving it into space, Dominguez. Check that. That's Chouanier. Another ball served to the back post. Overcooked somewhat. Catching up is Rigi. Belangoyet, another ball served, whipped in. The on-running Charles Joly can't get there.
That was a dangerous ball by the captain, but that was a good counterattack by Montreal. They took it up the right side. Nothing was open, switched the point of attack, brought it back in, and a dangerous ball. He was only a couple feet away from the head of the incoming Montreal player.
Well, the Orlando Pride on the road this weekend against Chicago. They fall 1-0 to the Red Stars, but they return to Camping World Stadium for Mother's Day weekend. Alex Morgan and company host Hope Solo and the Seattle Reign a week from tonight, a 5 p.m. kickoff. Buy your tickets online at orlando-pride.com. So ladies fall into 1 and 2, but saw the magic they had in Orlando a week ago, defeating the Houston Dash 3-1.
What an opener, huh?
Yeah. Always tough on the road in the NWSL. Attack will come from the right. FC Montreal. Here's Dominguez. Switches it left side. Touched off the chest. Hold up by Rigi. Left, Belangoyet. Rigi keeps it on his foot, cleared away.
How many times have we seen that tonight? Rigi dribbling the ball parallel across the field, right across the top of the box.
Lions holding their shape. Dominguez ball in. Chouanier switches right side, and it goes past the byline. Goal kick. Nice run being made. FC Montreal. Bridgers will take his time, bark out the orders and the positioning. 57th minute, 1-0. It's been that way since Michael Cox scored in the 10th minute. Lovely ball in from Tyler Turner, headed back into the direction of Cox by Lewis Neal. CB will try to hold it in the attacking third. Neal instead will opt to go back and pinged forward. Long ball comes all the way to Pantemis. Jafrar. Kangilwa. And again, Rigi. Sending the high ball to that right side. Charbonneau couldn't get there. Montreal certainly had their possession here in the second half. You expect that, though, and you've got the man advantage. Highly technical team like FC Montreal. Playing the ball through. Ribeiro standing his ground.
All experience there down the end by Ribeiro.
Be a throw.
Just held him off.
Turner to Andrew. And the Green Bay, Wisconsin native gets it out of trouble. Ribeiro, one of the older players on the roster at 25. First team All-American. Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year when it was at Creighton. Playing for Elmar Bolovich. Cox with some space. Marauding forward. Has Smith to his right. And taken to ground. Nice job by FC Montreal. Appeals for a foul, not given.
Yeah, Michael Cox has been a constant thorn in their side all night. He's really working hard. Obviously got the goal. He had a couple chances before that.
Ball forward by Mendoza. Coming forward, T squared. Tyler Turner. Leaving it square to Mendoza, who will run to the corner. Get the ball served, and it's going to go behind for a goal kick. Couldn't quite get around it. And Montreal will make its first change. And it will be Novelo Yoseki. He will come in for Dominguez. And Yoseki, native of Sudan, 20 years old.
Smart by the coach. He was on the yellow.
Save him for the next as Montreal in the midst of this 4-game road trip. They'll play at Charlotte next Saturday and have Bethlehem the following Saturday on the 15th. Place where they've already lost once this season in the season opener. Here's the switch. Not a good one. Turner got there first. OCB looking for maybe an insurance goal against the run of play here. Along the left. Ambrose. And Keegan Smith. Ribeiro. Turner. All the way back to Mark Ridgers. Ribeiro so calm on the ball. Neal to Macca. Harrison Heath. Slow roller to Ribeiro, comes back. Rolls near side, Turner was there. Nice hustle being shown by Mkungila. Mkungila. Circling back around is Louis Belangoyet.
Montreal's passing is looking a lot better this half. They're controlling the ball a lot better, not looking to get forward quite as quickly. They're a little bit more patient in their build-up.
And you'd have to think they should, considering they've got one less defender to worry about. Jafrar. Advancing himself. See Montreal, here's the cut in. Chouanier. Halfway switch. Now held up by Cox. Mendoza. Heath. And then McFadden will just send it to the left side. Ambrose and Keegan Smith there. Play continues. Nice cut back by Lou. Lewis has it. Studies up. We'll play it left to McFadden. Nice move by Ambrose. Smith, ball forward. Not gonna bother anybody.
Well, Ambrose was on his horse, and then he thought he wasn't going to get it, so he stopped, and he ended up playing it after all. I'm watching this build-up by Montreal. It's almost like it's a completely different team in the second half here. All of a sudden, they're knocking it from side to side, playing it through the middle.
Played over an hour, 64th minute. At what point, if you're FC Montreal, do you take some risks going forward, knowing you'll leave space in behind? You do have a change coming for Coach Ulefroy. Seconds. So Chouinier is out. So, yeah, Heiko Giras is in, the 19-year-old Canadian.
Yeah, it could be, going back to your previous question, it could be now a lot of coaches tend to wait until about the 70th minute, but we could see it a little bit early here. Montreal on the road.
Giras for Chouinier. Off the chest of Rigi. Cuts to the right side, the 22-year-old, and the angle was played and a foul committed in the act of taking that ball away. Transgression for FC Montreal gives the ball back to OCB.
I don't know, maybe Rigi should dribble it back and forth across the box each time, because the one time he tries to pass the ball.
So we take another look here.
Interception and then just a
Tabla a little sloppy.
Yeah, this is a sloppy foul, trying to win the ball. Not much in it.
Fadden playing with Ribeiro. Backing up his Ridgers and booting it away. Yoseki got on the ball. I'll play the long ball. That's not going to challenge Ridgers any. Allow some time to communicate.
Too happy with his backs there, giving the ball away like that. It's just a little sloppy out of OCB, and playing a man down, they can't afford to do that. They really need to be smart here.
If the pass is there, take it. But if any chance it's not going to be completed, think better of it. Maybe you take the negative ball. Sent out to the right side, cutting back in. Oh, leaving his feet again. It'll be an OCB ball. Charbonneau, the guilty party. Feistiness shown by the visitors here, and the yellow is coming out for Charbonneau.
Michael Cox is really putting in a good performance tonight.
Oh, he has the goal to his credit, and his hold-up play has been solid as well.
He's working very hard.
So his third yellow now in FC Montreal. Lions had the red card to Garcia. Other than that, pretty clean. Ribeiro hustled. And the frustration being shown on the run back. See the pace that Rigi has. A deep throw for OCB. Tyler Turner there with Ribeiro. He goes down the line. Mendoza pushed from behind. Cox will pick it up and try to work his way through the midfield, playing the diagonal ball right on. This is Smith into the box. Works it out. Off his line is Pantemis. Nice bit of work by OCB there.
Yeah, Cox plays provider that time.
Providing to Smith. Number Probably sneak an insurance goal here. Going into the crowd. Quick throw back. Jafrar. And Yoseki. Rigi switches it right side, trying to get in behind. Not going to happen. Just been a little too far in front. Take a look at Michael Cox holding it up and creating offense.
Yeah, look at these, holding two guys off, and he plays a ball right through the defender. I mean, that's tough to deal with. Michael Cox is 6'2", 190 pounds. That is not an easy player to play against.
Ridgers will send it away. Lions trying to survive and get their first 3 points at home tonight. That's what's on the line, but they're doing it having to play a man down since the 19th minute when Devon Garcia was sent off. Another player down. A lot of guys spending time on the turf. This will be Cox. So you take a look at Coach Pulis, who played in the USL for Orlando City, made 44 appearances, scored 4 goals, 2012 to 2014. Stayed with the team in a coaching capacity, and now in charge of the future stars of the MLS side. On the right side, nice job by Mendoza to keep the ball alive. Around the edge, Turner. Harrison Heath keeps it alive.
I think he was looking for Cox again, just missed him.
Neal will control, trying to turn out of trouble. Nice ball forward to Smith. Keegan leaves it left. We'll get the return ball from Ambrose. Again, he'll drill it to the far side. Not a bad effort as Jafrar was there. And now watch out for the counter on the other end. Harrison Heath was giving chase. Nice job by Ribeiro, cleanly won. He will leave it to Ridgers. 20 minutes to go. This will be a very impressive performance should Lions hold on. FC Montreal, it's not as if their 4 losses were one-sided. A lot of 1-goal defeats. 3 of their 4 1-goal margins. And unless something changes here, it'll be a 5th, or a 4th, excuse me.
Yeah, they're in the middle of their own tough road stretch themselves, aren't they?
Missed 4 straight on the road. A nice effort goes over the top as Jarras had his first shot on frame.
And we dodged a bullet there. That was a good chance. He could have done a lot more from the ball. Comes down the flank on the right side. Good cross in the middle, and he is wide open there on that shot. Just over.
Left it goes. Cox. And should be a corner kick.
Wins
it
the
is.
corner.
Man of the match type of performance.
Oh yeah, he's working hard. He really is. He's putting in a shift.
Speaking of working hard, the coaching staff, you see Rob Valentino there with Coach Pulis. Trying to get the correct feedback before he makes another decision. Does have one more sub available. Corner will be served up. The left foot of Neal. Top of the box, and first contacted by FC Montreal. Back out to Harrison Heath.
Not often you see those two not in sync.
'73rd minute, 1-0. It remains. Offside Mkungilwa. The big center half. Jafrard Again, out of sync on the ball forward. Be a throw to OCB. Harbor City hooligans certainly making a ruckus. Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
Bringing up one of Orlando City's signature supporter groups. Ball headed back. And Ridgers was right there. Well, snap header came up empty.
Yeah, with only Michael Cox up top there, sometimes you're going to get that pressure.
Sure.
The boy needs to breathe a little bit here and there.
It's only fair. Maka with the header.
I think he's starting to tire.
A number of forward options could come on. Racing back is Smith, and it'll be smothered by Ridgers as he slides down. 74th minute. Looking at who's available on the bench for head coach Anthony Pulis that has already not been put in, of Marius Obakop and William E. Yang as the forward. So you got a midfield and forward left outside of the goalkeeper Fendelson. And here comes one right now for FC Montreal. So Belangoyet is out, and Mastanabal Kasher, the forward of Algerian descent, Canadian passport, Impact Youth Academy player, 20 years old, now in his 15th appearance for FC Montreal in the last 2 seasons. '75th minute, final 15-minute segment coming up. And it looks like another change coming for FC Montreal to change things. So Charbonneau is out. And Morelli, Fabio comes in. So the native of Switzerland, Impact Youth Academy product, now in his 2nd season, making his 27th appearance. Does have 2 goals to his credit, does Morelli. So getting some attacking guys on here late to try to level things. On the edge, ball served in. Neal trying to clear out. Foul committed, OCB ball. So now 4 changes have been made for each side. Kasher, Morelli most recently, Yaseki and Giras earlier in the half. And it'll come back to OCB. Tabla. Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. Scores, standings, stories, a whole lot more. Player bios, you name it. One-stop shopping for USL information. Montreal continuing to work for an equalizer here in the 2nd half with the man advantage.
Yeah, they have started to abandon that patient play they started the half with, and they are, they're looking to get into the box more now, as you can see here with Luigi.
Luigi with the captain's armband now, cut back the turnaround. Morelli, and he earns a corner kick. Montreal trying to get out of Florida with their first result. Oh, it's a goal kick, overruled. 5th and final change now coming for OCB. Michael Cox, night is over, finally. And William Yang will be the final change for Coach Pulis, Cameroonian forward, who played last year in Sweden, 22 years old. Played 23 minutes in the opener as a sub, now making his third appearance. Shot on goal to his credit. And like Cox, has some size, 6'2", a little more lanky. See if his hold-up play do some damage. Immediately goes airborne. We'll get back to his position. And on the high horse, Montreal. These fresh legs, ball on its way, tipped over the bar by Ridgers. Nice run up.
Good say that thing was heading in the goal.
Kasher, I believe, was the one that let it fly. Will quickly take the corner and to play it short. Yikes. Another ball served into the box. Left side. Kasher. Near side. Rigi directing traffic. Sliding challenge. Ball comes through. Nice defense by Maka. Ridgers facing potential shooting gallery here unless the Lions can clear. A nice header away. It's as far as Yoseki. Hold up by Yang. He'll come away with it. Nice job keeping it on. His right foot will run into space. Yang off to his left. Will give it a shot. It's off the keeper, Pantemis. Not a bad effort. Puts it out and it'll be a corner kick.
That was a great individual bit of skill here, taking two players on, running down the side, and a good shot. He had a player open on the far side. He could just slip that ball through, but how can you complain when he hits a ball like that?
No doubt.
Good effort.
Tried to beat him near post, and of course OCB will take a sweet time to take this corner. Harrison Heath will play it short. We'll work the edge here. Heath and Neal, two Englishmen. Mendoza looking to switch it. Turner. Mendoza. Back to Ribeiro. And Ribeiro with Charlotte last year. Long ball forward, 10 minutes to go. Lions looking for their first win at home. Certainly going to face more shots here. Not on this foray into the attacking third, as it is into touch. Deep throw upcoming for OCB as we look at the save by Ridgers.
Yeah, he really got a lot on this shot, and it looked like it was heading for that far corner. It's a great save by the keeper.
Joe Lee with a great effort. And some contentious moments. And rising to his feet would be Heath. He'll take his time, get a stretch. Will not need a trainer. Kangilwa. A disagreement. Long ball by Turner will be into touch. Throw the other way. A lot of chatter going on now.
Yeah, it's been a pretty clean game the whole time. I hope the game doesn't deteriorate here at the end.
Desperation sets in. See Montreal looking to avoid going to 0-5. Lions conceding a lot of possession in the second half, down a man. That one too far in front. Seen a lot of that, and didn't touch an Orlando City B player. And a final change upcoming for FC Montreal. It will be Tabla to come out. Another Long name coming in as we see Glencore Joseph. Philippe in. So all 5 changes have been exhausted for each side here in our 83rd minute. Glencore Joseph in. There's Neal. Switch it left. Run up from
He's been solid
Ambrose.
all night. Lewis Neal.
Showing that leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Lewis, 30 minutes as a commentator last night on the MLS broadcast. Working out the vocal cords last night, the legs tonight. Montreal going forward. Cachere now from the right it comes. Nice job by Smith playing it back. Dangerous ball. And Macca. Colin McFadden. A little sloppy play in that defensive half. And this will be a free kick at the very minimum. As H went to ground.
He didn't touch him, but I think the way he led, he's going to give him a talking to and give him a free kick.
They will concede the free kick for sure. A look of concern, Ulefroy. Coach, see what happens.
Yeah, he just came with his cleat up, and even though the player's leg wasn't there to do any damage, I think the referee just made the call anyway.
As you see, Dad and Mom looking on. All served in, going for it all in the 85th. Ridgers and OCB trying to salt this thing away, looking for their first home victory. And second overall. Again, for 4th time, going to finish with less than 11 men. A little bit more action. Here is Yang along the edge. Using that 6'2" frame, holding the ball up, it comes back to Smith. Keegan holds it. Left side, comes through Yang, and I think the flag was up. So 5 minutes to go. A lot of action, I think, coming in this next 5. Gilwa. Tyler Turner will keep it. Cannot. Montreal putting on the pressure. Heath down. Long ball forward. Yang will not get there. Jafrar. Square ball. Bring the runner to the left and cannot keep it down. See the frustration being shown. M. Kungilwa perhaps running out of gas. 87th minute. Lions have led since the 10th. Michael Cox with the headed goal. 6 minutes later, OCB reduced to 10 men. And really facing a lot of pressure here in the second half. And conceding the possession, trying to survive. Switch, M. Kungilwa. Ball on frame right to Ridgers. Not much on it from Giras. Tried the one time, might have had time to bring it down. Ridgers might as well have had a bullseye on tonight because a lot of those shots that he has seen have come right to his gut. Mendoza settles and flips it over. Yang tries to keep it. Will work it the other way. And Player down. Turner does not agree. Feistiness ensues. Regi with slip sliding away on spin cycle on the challenge, right in front of our broadcast position. Switching it left. And Pungiwa trying to get the inside. It rolls to the byline. Dangerous ball headed back into the area. Second ball through, deflected out. It'll be a corner. Lions trying to leave it all out there in the 89th minute. Time winding short. Jarras will serve it up with a right foot. Expect an out swinging kick. Mind your P's and Q's. High ball. Ridgers. And it will go behind for a goal kick. Well, the two center backs that started this game not in there now. Connor Donovan, by design, left after 45 as he comes back from that ACL injury. Devron Garcia left in an entirely different manner by way of red card. So Callan McFadden came on, and Andrew Ribeiro being pressed into the back line as well. A run for McKinley, frustration being shown by Regi. He's chugging along. Turner. Picked up in the middle of the park. Joseki playing that defensive mid spot for FC Montreal. Trying to get a late result here. 90th minute. Kasher, right side, the attack will come. And scudded by Heath. Leads to a corner. Tired legs being shown by OCB coming off the two-game road trip. Ball will be served in. High ball to the back. Hold it in, another ball. Offside the call. And Turner is down. Three minutes of stoppage time begin now. As we check on Tyler. Gonna be okay. A lot of crazy things happen in the mixer. Punted away. Lifted by Ridgers. Kept alive. Nice job by Lewis Neal. Here's Keegan Smith making a run into the box. Smith off of the defender. And Jafrar lucky to get his hands back. Wide open soccer here, picked up by Regi. And he puts it out. In the first minute of 3 minutes of additional stoppage time in this one. Lions trying to survive, playing a man down. The better part of 70 minutes of this one. Really about 84 in fact, playing a man down. Headed out of play. Ribeiro. About a minute and a half of stoppage remaining. And the throw illegal. Don't see that every day. At least not at this level. See it in the youth all the time. That will burn some clock. Be a throw-in. Tyler, be wise to get this down the line, get people forward. There it comes. Looking for Yang, did get a touch. Comes back to the keeper, Pantemis way off his line, out of the box. He'll come forward. Montreal desperate for an equalizer here late. Left side. Regi Been cutting in on that right all night, and will spray it to the far side. Didn't have quite the angle he wanted. Getting into the back, a foul committed. It will leave a set piece on that far side. Quickly taken. Ball served into the box and into the corner. About a half a minute remains. Ball through, takes a deflection, the shot. Ridgers save punch once and twice. My goodness. Large and in charge, Mark Ridgers. Saving the game here as we take another look. The ball from Rigi took a deflection on the back post. Denied. And Charles Jolie thought he had the equalizer. And there's the whistle. OCB has their first home victory of the 2016 season. They hold on a man down with a 1-0 victory over FC Montreal, who are spent here in Brevard County. So OCB, second win of the season tonight, 1-0 over Montreal. We'll be back right after this to talk about it.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town, where the sand is our building blocks and a board is our preferred mode of transportation. A place where memories are awakened by the sound of a wave. It's the home of the original, home to the iconic, and home of the legendary. Cocoa Beach. It's still cool. Your beach vacation begins at gococobeach.com.
A nation of thousands. A nation founded on the belief that expectations are not to be met, but defied. A nation of the proud, the true, the committed. A nation of winners. This is Lion Nation. Lion Nation members get inside the club, indulge in exclusive content, behind-the-scenes interviews, and monthly documentaries. In Lion Nation, you get access to things money can't buy, including once-in-a-lifetime on-field experiences. You can be the difference in Lion Nation. Help make crucial club decisions by casting your vote. As a Lion Nation member, we value your loyalty. Spend reward points on experiences, auctions, and more. And all profits from Lion Nation will be invested back into the product on the pitch. Don't miss your chance to be part of something bigger. Join Lion Nation.
It's about your club. It's about your city. It's about this season. It's about every match. And standing by your colors. Whatever they are, we've got you covered.
OCB gets its second win of the season, but more importantly, its first in front of the home fans here at the Titan Soccer Complex. And you can see the Harbor City Hooligans in good form tonight throughout, and they are rewarded for their efforts. As it's been a very, very good evening to be a Lion. Mark Ridgers with a big save as well. And our Eric Lieben is with the head coach, Anthony Pulis.
A strong performance from OCB tonight, down a man against a tough, youthful side with a lot of speedy players. I'm here with Coach Anthony Pulis. What's your thoughts about that tonight?
No, again, I mean, hopefully one of these days we might end up playing a home game with 11 men. But it is what it is. I mean, we got a good goal early on. I thought we started off really brightly. I thought we played some good football. And then obviously DeVron gets sent off and it's back to the wall stuff. But I thought the guys defended magnificently again. The work rate, the effort, the enthusiasm, the defensive solidity was fantastic, and really delighted that we've kept a clean sheet and finally got our first home win.
How about that performance by Michael Cox?
Yeah, Coxie was excellent tonight. I like Coxie a lot. I think he's got a lot of potential. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful, he's got good touch, and he's got an eye for a goal. And I was delighted he got his goal tonight, and that was just reward for his work rate throughout the game.
Were you happy with your team's shape down a man?
Yeah, I thought. I mean, at the start when we first got the man sent off, we tried a certain system, and it probably wasn't working. So I decided to tweak it at half time, and thankfully the change has come off, and we managed to keep that clean sheet and get the 3 points.
Thank you so much, Coach. I know you got a tough stretch here.
Cheers. Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers.
Okay. Hey, Michael, great game.
Thank you.
Great performance out there tonight. You worked hard. You were all over the field. Tell us about it.
I mean, it was tough for us because we went down a man. A few of us had to drop into different positions to try and fill in the gaps and stick as a team, and we did it well.
Is that something you train for, to be down a man?
I mean, yes, it's always a scenario that could happen, so we got to be ready for it, and we responded well when it happened.
Hey, can you tell us about the goal?
It was a good cross in. Lewis Neal couldn't have played it back across the box any better, and I headed it in.
Great job tonight, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael Cox, the man of the match tonight with the game-winning goal, but the work he did holding up play at the top of the formation in that 4-4-1 once Devron Garcia was sent off. Very, very valuable. Of course, Mark Ridgers with the big save. Number of them, actually, but the big one at the end to preserve the victories. We take a look back how things transpired on our replay here of the highlights. There's the goal from Cox on the assist from Lewis Neal. Nice ball in, of course, from Tyler Turner as well. And it was 1-0. Then take the third angle of it. Really well-crafted goal by OCB. They had their first lead in 4 games here at the Titan Soccer Complex, but for the third time at home, they're going to be sent down a man. 4th red card of the season goes on Devron Garcia. He is off, and that forced Tony Pulis to change formation, and certainly gave life to FC Montreal chance after chance closing the half. Rigi was problematic. That one again saved time after time by Ridgers. The big one coming up towards the end, that one tipped over the bar, and Charles Joly is going to have nightmares. Saved over the bar there, and then at the end, point-blank range, Ridgers keeping the scoreline at 1-0. OCB getting its first victory at home to prove to 2-4-1. They move up to 7 points. That will move them up the table as well in the USL Eastern Conference. FC Montreal drops to 0-5. Taking a looking at the stats from full time, as you would expect playing a man down, they did concede at OCB some shots, 15-4 overall. Shots on goal, not as bad as you would think, 5-3. Corner kick 6-2 in favor of FC Montreal. A lot of those coming in the second half. A ton of fouls committed, in fact 26 overall, 17 by FC Montreal, and a very physical game overall by these two teams. Yellow cards there, the 3. The red card really changing the complexion of this one. And there will be home games aplenty as the Lions will look again to get a result against a very tough expansion side from FC Cincinnati. That game will come up Wednesday night. Here at Eastern Florida State College. The expansion club coached by U.S. men's national team legend John Harkes. Tickets still available. You don't want to come out. And luckily for us, they won't have 15,000. That's the crowd that they've been averaging there in Cincinnati. A very good success story. But in the end, OCB a 1-0 winner. For our entire crew and Eric Lieben, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long. OCB wins 1-0. Good night.
Stretched out to the middle, back to
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score!
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.